Hello everyone. Janet, thank you so much for coming. These are tough times, but thank you so much for continuing to follow for updates. These are hard times, but we have to find good news amongst us, good news coming in despite the darkness that is going on. So thank you so much for coming in today. This is a video that I expect many of you to share. As you can see from the title, many of you will have to share this video so everyone can benefit. Everyone needs to benefit from this information today. In fact, I was planning to do a different topic and my friend of mine sent me something and I said, hey, let me go and do a lot of investigation. So I've come with new information from USCIS.gov. If you are new on this page, welcome. For the old members, you know, this is not going to be any different. This will not be very difficult to explain to my followers because these are things they already know. Janet has spoken about F1 student visas, and Janet has spoken about B1B2 visas. The reason I come here today is because many of you, you've always asked me what to do with your visiting visas. Now today, we are going to explore what the USCIS is saying, okay, from the horse's mouth. After this video, remember to go up here. I will put the link. I'll put the link up here after I'm done with this video so that everything I talk about in this video, you'll go and read on your own, do your own research, click and make applications. Okay? So this is what's going on with USCIS. Okay? The offices are closed. The field offices are closed and I think most of them are still working but from home. So most of the interviews that were scheduled, they say they are going to send letters to people for rescheduling so that they can do it at a later date. They will continue communicating through mail. Okay, so for some of you who apply for asylum, especially and other visas, you expect to get information because these appointments have been cancelled. And I send the link. Always scroll my page, my followers. Everyone that follows me, make this your favorite page if you expect to come here or if you're already here. This is a page you want to scroll from beginning to end. I posted the changes, the website. You can go read for yourself that the appointments have been cancelled, but they'll continue working through mail. But they understand during natural catastrophes and natural disasters, there will be delays in processing. They understand that part. So they are cancelling appointments because of this coronavirus, but they'll be communicating with people in the mail. So they will reschedule you at a later date. So for more information, scroll down. I've posted already. Having said that, okay, they are going to allow, listen carefully, those people who are now in the country, B1B2 visiting, they are allowing extensions and change of status. Some of you who are new, you are like, okay, so what is that? My followers already know this. They know when they come here and they reach the border on B1B2 visas, they always stamp 6 months stay in America, for example, depending on what the admission officer at the port of entry does to you. Most of the time it's 6 months. Even if you have a 5-year visa, they always stamp 6 months. And you're expected to depart the country in those 6 months. Within those 6 months, you are not supposed to overstay your visa. But because of this catastrophe that is going on, they are allowing extensions. They are allowing change of status. Of course, it's a case basis. And in fact, they go ahead and say, even if you don't apply for extension and you overstay, they'll probably understand your situation, what caused you to stay. Some of you, maybe airlines were cancelled. Some of you probably couldn't go back because of the border closings, because of financial issues. There are many reasons that made you overstay your visa. Every information I give here, please go and read for yourself and make the applications they are saying. So that is the information I'm coming today to tell you. If you're in this country, don't panic. If you're here on B1B2 during these hard times, feel free, go to the link up here or go to uscis.gov and search and find that information and fill in extension or change of status. That is what's going on, okay? In fact, let me read for you. If you do not apply for extension before the admission at authorized admission date expires, we may excuse your absence due to extraordinary circumstances. They are going to excuse you due to extraordinary circumstances if you're still in the country and your time has expired. Basically, that's what they are saying. Okay? America is living to its name. Yesterday, if you watched my video, I said if we continue praying, and if people start leaving, America was put here for a reason, and they are leaving to that. I read this, I said, yes, this is the America I know. Healing has started already. Remember, we prayed yesterday. Healing has already begun. Healing has already begun. Let me read more. Fee waivers. If you are unable to pay for the applications, okay, please, you may apply using Form I-912. Request for fee waiver. If you are not able to pay, you see, most of these forms you have to pay. Okay, but if you are not able to pay, Form I-912, request for waiver, which means you're putting in the extension without money. Okay, if you don't have the money, if you have the money, please don't take advantage by what we are saying. They are living up to their core. We like that. Okay, this is what makes them great. If you ask me, right? This is what we've been waiting for. Okay? Natural catastrophes and extreme situations can affect processing at USCIS. Right? And now they are shining. Look, now they are shining. If you're here because of these catastrophes, please, we will understand. And I'll post the links. Okay? All right. The good news is not even over. Let's continue. My followers who've been coming here, F1 student visa. Janet has always said F1 student visa is the best if you don't win a green card. How many of you are followers of Janet and now you're here on F1 student visa, and we'll be talking about college? Paying for college is hard. These are the things you need to do for college. If you are new on this page, janetrangi.com, go and find out how to pay for college. We explore those ways. But one of the ways you've always heard Janet saying why she likes F1 student visas is you can work on campus for 20 hours per week. You do not have to apply for employment authorization. It comes with the visa. It comes with F1 student visa. When you arrive, you get a social security number. After you get the social security number, you ask for on-campus employment. That is legal. The only time you get a work permit is after graduation. You might apply for a work permit through OPT. Language that my followers understand. Those who've been following me for a long time, those who are not, catch up with the videos. But now, due to this natural catastrophe, America is shining. America is shining, my friends. Okay? Due to unforeseen circumstances. F1 students may apply for request authorization to work off campus. Okay? If you're here in America, due to extreme hardship, which all of us have extreme hardship right now, because schools have closed, if you are working on campus, your cafeteria job is gone, your gym job is gone, okay? Your jobs on campus are gone. Those are extreme hardships because of this catastrophe right now. So they are saying, because of unforeseen circumstances that are not due to your fault, okay, you can go and apply for off-campus work authorization, Form I-765. Form I-765, employment for authorization to work off campus. Remember to put your I-20 there and go to your school and ask the DSO. F1 students, you know who a DSO is, designated school officer, okay, to sign that you have hardship. They need to sign that page of hardship. And you put your I-20 and you fill in the form I-765 for employment authorization off campus. This is a lot of information, but for those who are followers, you know. Let me repeat myself. If you're here in the United States, you're experiencing hardship on F1 student visa, okay? These are things that have never happened since I came to America. A student applying for a work permit and not OPT. This is not OPT, okay? This is F1 student visa. You just arrived recently and now you have a social security number and you were expecting to get on campus and now things have changed. Form I-765, employment for work authorization off campus. You cannot work without authorization. You know me. I tell you the legal ways. USCIS.gov. I-765, employment authorization off campus. include your I-20, go to your school DSO, designated school officer, to sign the hardship papers and mail them to uscis.gov. I'll put the links up here today. Read for yourself, put in your application, get that employment authorization, which you will use for 1 year intervals until you graduate. Are we clear? How about that? Healing is coming. Healing is coming. I told you these things. We keep on praying. Healing comes and things change for the better. And we become great again. Okay? I am loving this. Some good news amid, very difficult situations. Okay? In fact, they go ahead and give examples of some of the problems. Severe hardships. Loss of financial aid is one of them. Okay? Or on-campus employment due to, you lose your job on campus due to all these situations. You've lost financial aid, okay? Another reason is fluctuation in currency. Some people didn't know that. Like if you come to America, and most of the time the American dollar is very powerful. And then your currency back home is much lower. It's losing value. That is extraordinary circumstances, because if you take the money from your country, you convert into American dollars, it becomes very, it does not meet what you expected, okay? It becomes very expensive, in other words, okay? So if you lose financial aid, okay, and then you lose on-campus employment due to reasons that are not, beyond your circumstances, okay, uncontrollable. Then there's fluctuations in currency. Another thing they say is an increase in tuition. If they increase tuition, okay, and your living expenses are much higher than anticipated. Another thing is unexpected changes to your source of income. Right now, maybe your uncle was sponsoring you, maybe another organization was sponsoring you, but because of these hardships, they are canceling scholarships. Maybe your uncle now cannot go to work. Okay, those are the situations that now have changed beyond your own control, okay? And anything else that is beyond your control. Those are some of the reasons they'll be looking at, okay? So F1 student visas now can give you a work permit. How about that? Have you ever heard Janet saying that? I've always told you when you come here, I like F1 student visa because you can have on campus. And on campus, usually they don't pay much, okay? Most people, okay, they just see jobs out there. But now, let's hope. And then we are going to continue praying. Of course, we'll continue praying and hoping that this disease quiets down and the economy picks up. But us who are applying for F1 student visas, if they approve our work permit, we'll be out there working legally, working with our work permit in our hands for the next 1 year. If they approve us. So you need to share this video. All my followers that have come to the United States as students, I hope you continue watching me. Here is good news. Okay, the good news with off campus, who knows? You can make as much as you can. Do you understand, my friends? When you're working off campus, if you find a job that is $50 an hour, you take it. You see what I mean? If you're working off campus, you can work extra hours. You don't have just to stick with 20 hours per week. Okay, so this is very, very good news. I've never seen this good news for a long time. Despite what is going on, this is some of the best news we've received today. Okay, this is the best news we've received today. And I was going to post, in fact, I post the link down here about all these changes on USCIS.gov. But I know my people, and generally even studies have shown even on Facebook and YouTube, usually people tend to watch videos more than written word. So even if I post, I know very few people will read that link. But if I come and do the video, they will share the video, they will, watch it and know what is in there. So today, if you're coming in late, this is what we've talked about, okay? USCIS.gov is our source of information. Everything Janet says here, that is where I found this information. Okay, that is number one. Number two, due to unforeseen catastrophes, natural catastrophes, USCIS understands that it can take time to process visas and process these petitions. Right now, they are canceling appointments, especially even the asylum appointments. They are canceling them, but they will communicate through mail. The offices are closed until further notice. Okay, now the offices are closed, but they will send mail to people telling them the rescheduling dates. After that, I'm telling you the new news that if you're here on B1, B2 visas, you've always known Janet saying, some of you come here on B1, B2 visa, and then you have business, you have things to do, and you go back home and your visa is good for 5 years instead of applying for an extension. When they give you 6 months, you can always apply for an extension. They extend to 1 year. And then you continue doing what you have to do. Some people have come here and I've told them to change from from B1, B2 to student. And people have done that. I don't know, successful, sometimes not successful. But this is information now coming on USCIS.gov saying if you're on B1, B2 visa, you can extend it because of extreme circumstances beyond your control. And even if you don't change it and your time has expired, they may understand the situation. So you can apply for extension or change of status. Okay, moving on to student F1 student visas. You know, the law says you can only work 20 hours on campus. They never give work authorization for that. They never give work permits for that. The only time USCIS.gov gives work permits is for students who have graduated and they apply for a work permit just before they graduate. And some people make these mistakes when they are F1 student visa. They wait until they graduate and they come out here. Then now they start hearing rumors. Oh, you could have applied for a work permit. That time your time is gone. They are very specific on the timeline. Most of the time you want to apply before graduation. I think it's usually 3 to 4 months before you graduate. You have to put in for a work permit. Then you will do it during OPT. You will always have that 1 year you can work after graduation for F1 student visas. But usually you can only work on campus 20 hours per week, no work permit required, okay? But now, with these new changes, you're able to apply for a work permit. If approved, you'll be able to have a work permit for 1 year intervals. They did not specify how. In my thinking, maybe you have to reapply until graduation. So that is very good news coming out. Even when there's darkness, there's always hope. And me, I believe that prayers are now starting to work. We're gonna come through this thing and we'll come out more successful. Yesterday we prayed. Me personally, after I finished the video, before I went to bed yesterday, I went on my knees and prayed and say, Jesus, God, look at what is happening to the world. We humble ourselves. Remember the video yesterday, we talked about humbling ourselves. And this is exactly what is happening. And going back to what has always made us strong is love. Okay, and doing what has always made us strong is service to humanity. And this is what has exactly happened here today. Our first prayers have been answered. We are happy. We will continue asking for more blessings and asking God to take away this virus, because what I read from the Bible yesterday, that if you seek his face and pray, he said, God says in that verse, Chronicles, right? Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 13 to 15. 2 Chronicles chapter 7 verse 13 to 15. He said that this is the time he'll be very attentive to prayers and he will answer them. So everything we are praying now, God is just listening. It was said there, that means if you pray at this time, your chances of him listening are even higher. Well, he always listens, but that's what the Bible said, that if you seek his face and pray during these times when he's sending disease and locusts, okay, it's there. Okay, in this time, not him sending, but that's what the Bible says, that when disease comes, plagues, okay, pestilence, when it comes among the people, and the locusts come among the people, and we know locusts have been giving us a hard time at home. Am I lying? Right? We've all seen. That is not a lie. Me, I had never seen locusts, but now I've seen them. Right? And the locusts came and they are still giving people a hard time. On that side. On this side, we are seeing that the disease is giving us a hard time, okay? In Chronicles, that was said. But God said he's going to heal. This is not doomsday. We are not saying doomsday, but the Bible is saying that he's going to heal his people. That is hopeful. That's why I'm doing this video very confident. Because the Bible has said that he will heal. If we pray, he will heal the nations. That is the medicine right now. We are letting science do its thing, okay? But as we are praying and doing our thing, we cannot just discriminate. I've seen some people saying, oh, false prophets, bringing false prophets. No, we cannot choose science and say, okay, we are just going to listen to the doctors and turn away the religion. We are inviting pastors and people in religion to bring what they have. Scientists bring what they have. The media brings what they have. And we all go through this together. Okay, so for me, I bring not doomsday, because that's not what is said in that chapter. The chapter clearly says, okay, that there will be healing. And that is what is happening if we humble ourselves, right? USCIS.gov has humbled itself, and they are serving the students and saying apply for work permits during these difficult times. And for those who are not able to afford, please use this form to waive the fees if you don't have the money. So if you're here in America, watch this video. I'll put the links up here. Thank you so much for coming today. You know, I was going to talk about investing during these hard times, but when I received this information, one of my friends sent me part of it, and then I went and continued my investigation. This is the information I found on USCIS.gov. Thank you so much for always coming. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Remember to keep the dream alive and have a strong desire to succeed. The desire will push over the edge. The desire will make you the best. You stand, you fall, you stand, you fall. You never give up, my friends, because you know what? You're the best. Remember, when you came, you thought you didn't know how you're going to pay fees. Yes, this bad times came. Now God is providing a solution. Okay, you could not find on-campus employment. God is providing a solution right now. You are going to apply for work permit because of hardship. Are we clear? Like, this is what I always say, hang in there. Yesterday the topic was, are we going to give up? We said, no, we are not going to give up. Look, blessings, blessings. This is one of those days I say, manna from heaven, come, come, come. Manna from heaven, come. And manna is falling. We are ready to take. That you can tell even amid these difficult times, Janet is very happy for her followers, especially those who are broke and they could not afford. Now we are not even going to go under the table anymore. Amazing. We are not even going to go under the table to hide. Wow. We are not even going to get deportation because now we are going to apply for a work permit. Because of financial hardship, they are going to deport us, but now we are not going to get deported. We are going to apply for what? Financial hardship. USCIS.gov. Providing answers to our followers. I'm very happy. Relief is coming to parents who've been struck hard by these problems. Now they can't go to work. Nations have told parents to stay home. Where were these parents going to get fees and send to your children in the United States? Manna from heaven, and God is opening ways. Prayer and prayer and prayer. How are we going to do this? Can you imagine? Most nations have told students to go home. Teachers are home. Parents are home. They're not able to work. How are they going to start selling their fruits and vegetables and corn and maize to pay for these children in America? Now, those are hardships. Now, we are going to apply for off-campus employment. And if we are admitted to off-campus and we are given employment authorization, it's going to be good for 1 year, okay? And then probably we will renew until we graduate. Good times. This is one of the days you came to America during I know you students who've been coming and you say, Janet, you used to tell me it's going to be easy, Janet. I never said it's going to be easy. That's why I do videos on how to pay for college. If you didn't know, janetrangi.com, you'll go and see those videos on how people pay for universities and colleges in the United States. As I continue, I will do more research. Yes, Sandy, manna from heaven. Right? Yes, I'm very happy. Okay, so share with your friends, especially those who are here in America. We don't know, after the embassy start opening, for some of you maybe you will start getting visas and coming. We'll see. I think they will extend these things to continue because after the disaster, it takes long for people to heal. You know what I mean? So let's continue doing, like I said yesterday, keep doing your applications, and people are still working. They're just working from home. Okay, so continue applying. Thank you so much for coming. I can't wait to come and tell you more good news, but that was the good news for me today. All of you I appreciate for leaving comments. Someone told me yesterday, Janet, I can't comment. I don't know if those hackers took away my name. I'll go check. I haven't blocked anyone except some what was his name? I even forget. There was a man here called Ebo. That one I banned from the page finally. I gave him too long, but he continued misbehaving. Ebo, now you are not able to see Janet Rangi. Woohoo! Banned from Janet Rangi page. If you come on this page misbehaving, ban completely. You'll be watching maybe from a friend's phone, and maybe ask your friend that they will give you permission to comment bad things. But Ebo is gone. For those who've been commenting on Ebo, he's gone. I'm very patient by there. I gave him time, but Ebo now is gone. Yesterday I went and said, ban completely from this page. He's gone. You won't see him again, so he will not give you any hard time. The rest of you, thank you so much for your support. Without you, I'll not be doing this. Okay, I'll continue bringing videos. As I said, I'll continue doing videos even during hard times. This is good information for many of my people here. All right, thank you so much for coming. Rev, awesome. Who is that? Harriet, Ashley, thank you. Ashley can tell that Janet is happy. I don't know how to hide my happiness. I'm happy for my followers because I know what it takes to be a student. I came here on F1 student visa, and I know how much students struggle when they're here. Because when they campus, you can only work on campus when they're giving you $11 per hour. And now when you get off-campus admission, you know what that means. Okay, we're gonna rescue our parents from home because the sources of income are drying up. Okay, and America is living to its calling. They are living to what? It's calling. They are doing the right thing. God is bringing healing. I'm happy about that. We prayed and he heard our prayers yesterday. Immediately we came with good news the next day. The next time I come with news, now we are going to see the graphs going down. Now we are just going to see new cases are starting to go down. New cases for coronavirus are starting to go down. New cases, there are less people dying. There are less until it goes away slowly. Because, you know, as it goes up, our prayers go up. As it goes up, our prayers go up. We leave the scientists to do their thing. We leave our pastors to do their thing. All of us are important. Okay, that I thought I had to comment that because I even saw it. I was reading somewhere on CNN, people saying, oh, some people are coming with doomsday. No one is coming with doomsday. If a pastor is quoting something from the Bible, he has a right to quote that because it's written. That is his religion. He's not saying doomsday. He's quoting word by word from the Bible. That's just the way it is. The same way the scientists come and tell us what they are trying on the vaccines, that's what they do. We have to listen. That is their job. You cannot say that now the scientist is more important than the pastor. No, all of us are in this together. Yeah, they even say, oh, some people are just feeling like maybe they're above everything else. That's why they're making comments on doomsday. No, it's not doomsday. That's what the Bible says word by word. You can say all you want. But that's just, no, people are quoting what is in the Bible. Okay, so all of us are going to be important and give updates. So these are the kind of updates we want from now on. Some good news for once, okay? All right, thank you so much for coming. Adesola, how are you? Okay, the next people we are going to be on the watch list. I'm just watching. It's those nurses who have passed the NCLEX. I'm watching very closely. If I hear any good news, I will come. Okay, because some countries have not been affected as much as others. So if they need help with the nurses, maybe some things will happen. I'm watching very, very closely for those nurses, especially who passed NCLEX. And they're in the process of coming. I will not be surprised if they start expediting the process, make it faster and bring them quicker. That's my thinking. That is my prayer. Okay? All right. Okay. Yeah, someone is saying things are bad now. Yes, they're going to be bad now. As I said yesterday, if you missed my video, we drew a graph here. And we are hoping that the graph starts going down. Like anything else, there's always a graph. For those who have done statistics, you know, the graph will always change. We hope for the graph to turn around. Okay, if you are not here yesterday, we drew a graph, and that's what we are hoping, that the graph continues to go down. I'll go in a second. I'm done with this video. Okay, yeah, we did a graph yesterday. If you missed, I'll do for those who came here today. We said yesterday that this is the bad graph, because if cases rise too quickly and they peak here, okay? If the cases rise and they peak here, the hospitals, healthcare can collapse. We don't want this. And we are praying that what is happening in Italy right now, we are praying that it's here and almost going here. We don't want it to be here because this will be scary times. Okay, so things will change. Things will change. We are hoping that people in Italy now are going down. Okay, it's here, but it will come down. Some countries are starting to peak, but they will come here. What is US doing? They are trying to avoid that peak and having this distribution so that the systems can handle, so that this will reduce the rates of infection. That's why people are staying home, social distancing, washing their hands, okay? All those good things they are doing is to reduce the rates of infection so that the graph is down here and manageable, okay? So we know things are tough. Most countries, the graph is here. So it's tough times. But we hope that we don't stay there for long. But US is trying for those countries like in Africa, you're preparing and tightening the borders. You want, if something bad happens, it's well distributed because you're doing the right things already. Okay, so that's the graph we talked about. We know things are bad in New York, but we hope things will be okay. All right, so you see, USCIS also has good news. Okay, all right. That's all. I came here with good news today, and I'll put the links here. Students, if you're listening to me, apply for work permits. That's what they say, and I'll have the links here today, okay? All right, I will see you in the next video, okay? Thanks so much for coming. Bye-bye.